Hey guys, hello. So I went to the dentist this morning, and I was going to come home, put makeup on. I didn't put makeup on because they gave me nitrous oxide, and I get all like, and I didn't want to like smear my eye makeup. And then I was gonna vlog and talk to. I had some like funny experiences with the nitrous oxide. Now I'll talk about that later, like another day, but. So, last week, I believe it was, I told you guys when I was doing my downstairs spring cleaning, I was working on the entryway and the guest bathroom and that stuff, I believe. And I found out from my dad that a family friend, somebody I grew up thinking my whole life was my uncle till I was older and realized, like, he was like, when you have kids or when you're a kid and you have a family friend that is so close to you, you probably see them more than your actual like uncles or aunts, and they're always like your aunt or uncle even though by blood they're not. That's what Mark was, um, to us. And so he was in an accident. um, he was a police officer, and then currently he was just serving warrants for the city he worked for. That was his job. But growing up, he lived down the street, a few houses down from me. He was my dad's best friend, and you guys hear me saying was because he passed away last night. Um, so last week he got in an accident on his motorcycle. Someone hit him. It wasn't his fault. It was the person's fault that hit him. I believe there was another officer with him. They were off duty. That officer was killed on scene, died. Mark had broken bones. He lost his spleen, like everything was broken. They took out a chunk of his skull. He went through all this stuff. He was in a coma. And they said they didn't know if he was going to make it at first. And he started getting better. Kind of like, okay, whew, all right, great, he's getting better. That's amazing. I told you guys about it. You guys that like have been like, we're praying for him. How's he doing? You're awesome. Sandy, I love you, girl. You're awesome. Thank you for checking on him the other day and all that stuff. Thank you guys that sent any prayers up. So he was in a coma. And they were like, the only thing now is he can heal from the broken bones, no spleen. He can get better. The only thing is, what is he gonna be when he comes out of the coma? Like, what's going on with his brain? It just things they don't know till people come out of comas. So the last we heard, everything was fine. I am just pulling in my driveway after my dental appointment because this morning I was like, it was so early and had to drive an hour across this hour in traffic to get where I was going, and I hadn't checked my email or anything. And when my dad's the kind of person that when something happens, he shuts down, and it's not in a bad way. It's everybody deals with grief differently. So the way he told us was through an email, and that's just kind of how my dad is, and I understand that. My sister texted me and she was like, you haven't seen the email yet, have you? Or I guess because she saw me on Facebook say something about nitrous oxide, making a joke about how great it was. She was like, you haven't checked your email, have you? And I opened my email, and he had a massive heart attack last night, and he didn't make it. So he passed away, and that's my day. My dad sent some photos, and I thought about sharing them because they're cute, but tomorrow it's just gonna be a shitty week. Sorry. Whew. Tomorrow is the 9-year anniversary of my mom's death. So this is gonna be a really crappy week. And I thought about just telling you guys and not, I thought about just telling you guys, like trying to keep myself composed or whatever, but that's not real life. We're gonna have bad days. Things are gonna happen to us, and sometimes seeing that it happens to everyone. Everyone goes through this stuff, and that we're all human. It helps people, you know, and you guys have become like, YouTube is like, you guys are like my family to me and my friends. And I know it seems weird. YouTube is a weird thing, but you know, I want you guys to know what's going on in my life. So, Mark passed away, and I just thought I would take this time to talk to you guys about him. So growing up, I have an Uncle Mark, like blood. He's my uncle. But growing up, I always thought, like, I have two Uncle Marks, and like I said, he lived down the street for us, and I saw him, and I probably spent more time with him than I did my real blood uncles. Now, granted, my uncles have always lived away from us, but, and you know, as I got older, I haven't seen him in a few years, because, you know, people grow up. I know my dad sees him or saw him, but like us kids haven't seen him. Growing up, he was always like at our birthday parties. He was always coming down to the house, or my dad was taking us down there. He was single. He was that like cool single bachelor kind of uncle. He my mom used to hate when my dad would go down to his house, because Uncle Mark always had like pretty ladies over, you know, he was the cool guy. And my dad would send my mom, especially when we were babies, she would always be like, take a kid, because they had three kids. As 3 kids, she'd be like, take a baby, take the kids, you know, should let those women know you're married. Like, you know how women get. And my dad said it was always funny, because then like they'd be like, oh, a baby, and it just didn't work out like my mom would envision. Ralph's back there talking. But so yeah, he would come like he would go trick or treating with us. He would be at our birthday parties. Like, I remember at Christmas he would come as Santa, and like we have pictures of that. He would always be Santa, and he was a great person. He had like he was a person that was always happy, and he had this really loud laugh, like my sister said this morning, this just booming laugh. And he was just one of those people that was just like, you couldn't help but just like love and think they were fun and want to be around them. So yeah, that was like I know it seems crazy when you haven't seen someone in a couple of years, but it's like almost like with family. You don't have to see somebody to always have those memories and have them in your heart. And it just was like really shocking, because I really thought as he got better and he stabilized, and then okay, he can heal from all this, we just need to see what happens when he comes out of the coma. I thought like it was gonna be fine. So it sucks really bad. Like I said, tomorrow is the 9-year anniversary of my mom's death, and I had already planned out tomorrow's vlog was kind of going to be a one-take thing. And tomorrow I will show pictures of my mom and share those pictures and stuff, because like I only have like a couple of pictures like that my dad has sent me, but most of the pictures of like Mark and our family and stuff are at his house. So, but just, you know, when it's my mom, I don't mind sharing that stuff. But anyways, I just don't want to. But like some of the pictures my dad sent me this morning, like us kids were hiding in the room with candy. We would like sneak things, and my dad's like shaking his finger, and like they caught us, and my dad's like shaking his finger in the picture, and Uncle Mark has this like camcorder from like the 80s, and a beer in his hand and a big old smile, and that picture just like was everything. That picture is just like Mark and like that smile. So sorry that this is just gonna be it. I'm like, I already get like on the verge right before the anniversary of my mom's death, and this just but now he's in heaven with my mom. My mom can shake her finger and keep him in check in heaven. So it's just like now those 2 dates so close to bad. I feel bad for my dad because like this is always going to be the day he lost one of his best friends and oldest friends, and then the next day is always going to be the day he lost his wife. So tomorrow's video though, today is May 4th, but as always, you guys will see this the following day. So tomorrow is May 5th, and that's the day my mom passed away. But you guys will see it May 6th. I'm going to talk about organ donation, my mom, her passing, and share some pictures and stuff with you. I want it to be a day I try to make it be a day that's meaningful and like celebrating her life in a sense, or trying to make some good out of her death, because I lost her so young. I was 22 years old, and I didn't know what to do with that, like that grief. So for the longest time, I hated Cinco de Mayo. Oh, I hate Cinco de Mayo so much. I don't now. Like it was just because it's a day that everyone's celebrating, and it's like the world stopped for me that day. But now I try to celebrate her life on that day. Sorry. It's an emotional day. And I have traditions, like I always I get a balloon. I write a message to her on it and I send it up. I do that on her birthday, Mother's Day, the day of the anniversary of her death. Special days like that, I always let it go at sunset, because she loved sunsets, and I'll talk about that tomorrow. But tomorrow's video will probably be longer. This video is probably longer than normal, but I just want to like get everything out. Tomorrow's video will probably be the same. But that's going to be my vlog for the day. I just wanted to let y'all know what's going on. And I don't, like I said, I don't want to seem like I'm out there like looking for sympathy, if that makes sense. But I want you guys to know, like, I share my life with you guys. And I feel like it's not genuine if I don't share the hard times with you guys too. So I appreciate everyone that prayed. If you guys could just pray for his family, that would be so appreciated, that they can find comfort during this hard time, because I know what it's like to have somebody, with my mom, like something where they're in the hospital for a week and they're lingering and you don't know if they're going to make it or not, and then something happens and you just have to let them go. I know how hard that is. So if you guys could just say a prayer for his family, that they find some kind of comfort in this difficult time, I'd appreciate it so much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.